This minute. There.
Let James hold it, Jessie.
Jessie got it. She got it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Say the story a little bit more.
I just know that you were managing a house.
Yes.
That a young man, 16 years old at the time, very troubled young man, was in, and you got a chance to experience a little bit of him.
Yeah, and
me.
what was his mother's name?
Nzinga.
Nzinga, yes.
Yeah.
These were in Robin Lim's little house, and the young man was beginning to get into real trouble in high school.
Had already gotten into trouble. That's why he was here.
And somehow Shujaa began to come over and mentor this young man, and he became a real God father, a real divine father for this boy, and I'm sure it's had an unending influence in his life. Do you know what's happened since then?
I was the reason why he was here.
You brought him here.
Yes.
Yeah, because he told me that he was getting into gangship in L.A.
Oakland.
And that if he saw this particular person again, he would kill them. And he was serious about it.
Yeah, he was very serious.
Yeah, and you got wind of that, and you brought him out here, right?
Yeah.
And evidently had a really good influence. Yeah.
Okay, now to the present moment.
And so I see the joy in your faces. Wonderful Taiwanese Chinese woman who's like got a terrific smile. And
Thank
you guys will have a long, wonderful life together. So blessings on you. That's it.
Thank you.
Now, before you guys go, we have a very nice treat that we want to share with you guys, and it's our wedding. And so we could eat some ice cream and some banana cake first, because I believe Vimala brought banana cake, and someone brought some ice cream. And then after that, we can watch a video of our wedding.
And we have a toast.
Photos. Oh, toast. We have wine for toast. That's right. We can do all those in a minute.
Okay. Do you want to say something about our marriage? As a summary.
Okay, I will say, since everyone here don't really know how we met, can you see me clearly? Okay,
Yes.
so you see me.
I know who you met.
Yeah, but everyone don't know. So
Please put the short story.
I'm going to make a short story summary. That day she drew out the long story, but I'm going to tell you the short story. I'm a PhD student in 2007, and I was very one-pointed and focused. And I was just sitting at my computer, and up pops a text from this woman from China saying, "Hello, my name is Jessie. I'm from China." That was my first encounter with Jessie over the Skype.
And then?
Like that. So we had 31-minute kind of conversation going like that.
No.
It wasn't very
Randy
long.
just a few seconds.
Yeah, well, you had to type, so it took a while.
Then
to type.
bye-bye.
And then she called me up, not called, but sent another type a couple days later. And then I found out she's from Beijing. Another PhD student buddy of mine was from Beijing. The only thing I knew about China that Beijing was there, and my friend Johnny Zhao was from Beijing. And so found out she was in a master's program there. I had done a master's program, studied the same types of things in our master's program. So our conversation was about that. And the more we talked, the more I became interested in her, just as a human being. I'm talking, so please leave it on me.
But I think you should clarify that this wasn't a matchmaking thing. She actually emailed you in order to speak English to an English-speaking person.
She generally tells that
It wasn't
part
like
of the
she's-
story.
It wasn't like she was looking to jump on your bones, you know.
No, not like that at all. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Look up me.
So,
Now, Jessie, you could.
yeah, you can add it into the story,
You
but
could
she
move
generally
over.
tells the part about why she called. But yeah, she tells what she says is that she was in a meeting board and she's just looking for someone to practice English, and it just happened to be me that day. And so after a few times of speaking on the phone, I guess maybe, I don't know how long, it was sometime, she actually then, because we've been typing, like, they call it chatting, and then she called me on a video chat. I was already interested, and I said, wow, this woman, we study the same type of thing. We seem to have a lot of stuff in common, even though she's Chinese. Now, keep in mind, China could have been like Pluto for me. It's not like I'm interested in going to China or interested in finding a Chinese woman. None of that in my consciousness at all. But you know, she seemed to be a nice person, and so the more I talked with her, then I noticed that my heart began to like pound a little extra when I was talking to her.
When you saw me, what happened?
I'm getting to the story. I just started to become more interested at even then.
She could have been ugly.
Yeah. I mean, I just noticed I was beginning to become interested, and she could have been, but it didn't matter if she was ugly or not, because it's not like I was going to ever even meet her in life. It didn't matter like that. And not only that, but I learned a long time ago that all women are beautiful. I never seen an ugly woman. But anyway, that's beside the point. She called me up on a video chat, and I could see her. And I thought, wow. Because to me, for me, Chinese women in general, you know, aren't so beautiful. But she was very beautiful, so I was taken back, and she's Chinese. My interest went from here to there. Still we're not going to ever meet, but I'm still more interested in talking and so forth like that. And then finally, after months and months and months of talking, sometimes almost every day, she invited me to come visit her in China. Now, at this particular point, I was already in love with this woman in China, right? And so I went to China. She met me at the Hong Kong airport.
Tell us about that moment.
That was in November of 2007. She called me first in February, the end of February, because it was just right after my birthday, right before her birthday. And so many months later, by November, I'm already in China. I'm going to meet this woman that I met over a Skype conversation. So to me, that was like, the way I look at it, like something divine was happening, because this is not the way I normally would think. This is like way outside of my normal thinking pattern. Way outside of things that I would do, like going to another country, more or less like China. Wait a minute, China? Anyway, here I am going to China. And I know that I didn't have any money. I forgot about it. It's not like I was well-to-do. Let's paying a $900 plane ticket was no. That was like almost all the money I had to buy that ticket to China. But I met, and because Jessie had said, well, let's see if we actually get along as well as we do in person. So I was there 4 days. Actually, it was a 9-day trip. But in the 4th day, Jessie's mother died.
Oh no.
Wow.
And so Jessie left. And what really impressed me about that is that she didn't just leave. Before she left, she set it up so that every single day, because I'm in China, I don't speak any Chinese. And if you are in China,
You don't speak Chinese?
and you're in China, you don't speak Chinese, it's hard to find people that speak English. I would have been just like gone if I would have been there by myself. But I didn't even think about all that before I left. I was just going. So every single day, one of her friends came, and we went out on the town, and they showed me around China, and they were very gracious. So not one point did I feel like I was stranded in China. And so Jessie made sure I was well taken care of. And so that said a lot about the type of person she is.
Interesting Jyotish that her mother dies at the time she meets you.
Yeah.
4th day.
Interesting Jyotish.
Yeah.
So how did you, all along this path, you were discovering the consciousness aspect of each other also? I mean, like
Hot.
Come closer. Oh, I'll come this way then.
you'll have to refocus your camera. Was, I mean, is Jessie a meditator?
Jessie was not a meditator.
No.
Not only that,
And
she had
how-
never
I mean,
heard about
I
transcendental
know
meditation.
from experience that many, the great preponderance of Chinese are not all that interested in consciousness.
Yeah,
No.
she wasn't interested in consciousness.
Uh-huh.
She wasn't interested in consciousness, but she was interested in her spiritual development,
I see.
spiritual growth. And we talked about that, and I was like very much into it.
Right.
And so before I even went to China, I introduced Jessie to meditation, told her about it.
No.
In
You didn't.
November, you had already learned.
No,
November.
I learned 2008, March. You didn't talk
Oh,
about
the
that.
second time then I was
Yeah.
there. Okay. So, because I went to China that November, and again that next April, a few months earlier. But a few months earlier, then she actually had learned meditation. I introduced her to meditation. And very interesting thing is that it's not that easy to find someone to teach you meditation in China. It actually turned out to be a major chore.
Yeah.
And so we actually found out the only place that she can even learn was in Beijing at the university that MUM has a partnership with. And so Jessie had to fly from Guangzhou to Beijing, which is like, I don't know, almost a couple thousand miles.
Yeah.
Get a hotel,
2,500.
spend 4 days there with an intro lecture, the whole 9 yards. So she was willing to do that and learn meditation. So that thing really like opened up the door in my mind. Like, okay, if she's willing to do that, because my experience has been, it could be very difficult for someone even to travel 10 miles to go to a lecture about TM. That was the world that I was coming from. But she was willing to go through all those obstacles, even after her boss didn't even really approve her to go. She convinced the boss and just went. Learned meditation.
Yeah.
And then right away, even before she learned meditation though, at that particular time, Maharishi was talking about opening up China. And he was saying that they would accept people on TTC even if they hadn't learned to meditate.
Oh, wow.
So I had heard that, and I told Jessie about TTC. She hadn't even learned to meditate yet. And she is now contacting Dr. Zhu, who is now the national leader of China, like trying to figure out how to get on TTC. Right? Hadn't even learned to meditate yet.
Is she a teacher now, or is she?
No.
That's a different story.
But she's a checker.
She
Yeah,
did go
I'm a
to TTC though. She
I
went
did
TTC.
go to TTC.
Yes. So anyway, we found out that even though we're from different cultures, we are so much alike in our thinking, our outlook, our philosophies are very outlook, like the way we see things.
Okay.
Yeah, are very similar, given the fact that we grew up on different parts of the world and different cultures. So that's been very interesting. And so Jessie has been an angel to me.
Thank you.
She's my baby.
Kiss in the camera.
Kiss on the camera and turn the camera on. So who's your TMT? Turn the camera on.
Annie Fogg.
I need both.
Yeah. She is
The
American.
camera off. We'll be going on and on and on and on. You'll never watch it all.
Let me
She's
see.
a Chinese. Will be edited.
She is American.
Any somebody.
Ice cream?
Oh yeah, will you get the ice cream and the cider?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go have him.
Okay.
If we're going to have ice cream, we need plates.
Turn it on.
That's true.
Turn your camera off.
Oh, it's not off?
I have smaller plates. If we could take some of these plates.
Well, here's